Cooper Flagg looking like the one. A lot of people was doubting it, but
I've been said either one.
I don't know why. He ain't just tall. He athletic, can shoot it, can handle it. Like I saw him play a couple summers ago in Dallas during the summer. He playing against high school kids. I was like, why he playing against them?
On the sideline, he looked like a hell of a player. Somebody's just gonna only get better with more experience. 17 years old, coming in here playing like he's a vet.
He's on the path to be the guys he playing against. Like majority of us was a version of him when we were 17, 18 playing against pros. So, I mean, he's a hell of a player.
The NBA has a Cooper Flagg problem. Well, who is Cooper Flagg? If you do not know who Cooper Flagg is, then you are missing out on the next greatest player. Cooper Flagg may not be in the NBA yet, but he has established himself as one of the rising stars of college basketball. Over the past few years, he was the nation's #1 recruit. Now at Duke, this kid shows that he has all the tools that you'd want from a future NBA star. In a stacked draft class, he is projected #1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft. The 6'9" baller has shown signs that he has the potential to dominate all aspects of the game at the next level. Cooper Flagg is a generational talent, the kind of player that could come in and become the cornerstone of any NBA franchise. Could Flagg potentially rival the hype that Victor Wembanyama got? Well, it's too early to say, but one thing is certain. This kid is a superstar, and every team can use a talent like him. No wonder NBA GMs are in a fierce battle to secure him. In this video, we shall be looking at what exactly makes Cooper Flagg so special. The player's skills, assets, IQ, and all the tools spoken about. Stick till the end, as we will discuss his crazy performance against the greats of the game when he faced Team USA. There's been so much hype about a 17-year-old basketball sensation called Cooper Flagg. Many have said he is much more elite than the superstars in the NBA, and this has gotten the attention of the league and the world at large. The question on everyone's mind is, who is Cooper Flagg? And why all this hype on a 17-year-old boy? If you don't know who Cooper Flagg is by now, then you're probably missing out on the next greatest basketball player. This kid is so special, he's already breaking NBA records before even getting into the NBA. How? Let me explain. Well, the answer is a story that takes us back to 2007 in Newport, Maine, where Cooper Flagg was born. His parents were both basketball stars in their college years, so it was safe to say that young Cooper had basketball in his blood. Growing up, all he dreamt of was playing the game he loved, and he had the immense support of his parents and his twin brother, Ace. So he chased his dreams while having fun at it. His chase for his dreams led him to dominate every floor he stepped on in high school. From Maine to Montverde, a basketball player like Cooper Flagg has never been seen before. This kid was a triple-double threat even with blocks. Yes, you heard that right, with blocks. How can a kid have doubles in points, rebounds, and blocks per game? Never heard of it before. Surely the NBA noticed. The kid himself realized that he was head and shoulders above his peers, so he reclassified to the class of 2024, making him eligible for the 2025 NBA drafts. And guess what? He's still the top pick overall in the drafts. So what's so special about this kid is that at 17 years of age, he is taking the basketball world by storm. Even the great Kevin Durant calls him a veteran.
Sideline, he looked like a hell of a player. Somebody's just going to only get better with more experience. 17 years old, coming in here playing like he's a vet.
For a great to say this speaks volumes. How he plays the game is exceptional. Cooper Flagg has the skill set of an elite NBA superstar. He is a 3-level scorer. He can shoot well from the arc. He also has a point guard vibe to his game, the same as the likes of Tatum, Giannis, and LeBron, forwards who can play like guards. Cooper also has an impressive awareness on the court. He knows where all his teammates are, even when he's in transition, and reads his opponent's plays perfectly. When he goes to the rim, he's explosive and unstoppable, given his size and high basketball IQ. His ball control is great, way above average. It fits the description of the perfect defensive player. Don't get me started on his defense. This kid averaged 4 blocks and 3 steals per game in his final season in high school, staying undefeated. If that's not unreal, tell me what is. He's an asset on both sides of the floor, a Michael Jordan sort of player. His knowledge of basketball can be equated to the likes of Nikola Jokic. It seems like he sees the game in slow-mo. It's not just his skills that are impressive, but his hunger for the game. He strives to be better than his last, which makes him more and more dominant. Kobe Bryant, rest his soul, would have loved Cooper because this kid has the Mamba mentality in him, and this is one of the many reasons why the NBA is in trouble. Talking about his mentality, Cooper Flagg is so confident in himself that he dares to dunk on the arguably greatest of all time.
If you could dunk on one NBA player, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question. It'd probably be like LeBron.
Is it disrespect or confidence that made him say that? Well, whatever it was, it's easier said than done. Fortunately for us, the chance for Cooper to prove himself once again came when he was selected to be part of the USA Select team for a scrimmage against a USA Olympics team that was filled up with future Hall of Famers, including LeBron James. And this was the exact moment that the buzz around his name reached its peak. So for the USA Olympic team to prepare for the Paris 2024 Olympics, there's a USA Select team that's formed to practice and scrimmage against. The Select team consists mostly of young NBA players who are not ready to make it to the Olympics team just yet, but are young and have great potential. Many of these Select team members will be on the Olympic team shortly. Give KD for instance. He was in it in 2008, Devin Booker in 2016, and AD in 2020. This year's Select team roster consists of 11 young NBA players and a non-NBA player in Cooper Flagg, which is quite astonishing because being part of a Select team as an NBA player is a huge honor. But for a player who hasn't played in college yet, getting an invite to be part of the Select team is insane. This just shows how much the league thinks of Cooper and the level at which he has them worried. So when the time came for him to prove his worth, boy did he do that. Cooper Flagg was by far the best player on the Select team, and although not dominant like his other performances we've seen, he was really decent against the Olympic team that had the greatest and best players in the world. In the highlights of the game, we see Cooper Flagg running rounds around Drew Holiday, one of the best defenders in the league, shooting threes when guarded by the tall frame of AD. He was really impressive. Although he didn't fulfill his dream of dunking on LeBron, but he sort of did it on Bam Adebayo. Well, that might not qualify as a dunk in most books, but he did have dunks in the game. His performance was really exceptional, and the Olympic team won the game by a single point. Yes, a single point. 76-75, and that was all due to the Cooper Flagg factor. A non-NBA kid playing against arguably the best team in the world, a team full of superstars in their prime, and he was able to hold his own. It's obvious that this kid has that drive in him to be great. The same drive and hunger we see on the current best in the game. When asked what it'll feel like being an NBA player, he said this.
I think it will mean a lot to me just because there hasn't been a person from Maine to really do it before. So I think just making it there and proving that a kid from Maine can really do it is something that I'm really looking forward to.
When your hunger is to be the first in history, there's simply no limiting you. And as for Cooper Flagg, it's clear that there's no limiting him, and the NBA has surely not seen a player like this before. No wonder he's already at this elite level. And we saw a glimpse of what he could do in a scrimmage against future Hall of Famers. Cooper ran the legends out of breath, and that was just a scrimmage. Imagine when he gets into the NBA. What do you think will happen? Will he remain this dominant when he gets to the league and a problem to the NBA? Well, let's wait and see.